All right. I'm trying to set this up. Um, Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. So yeah, I didn't plan this. Of course I never do, right? Um, so I don't know why. I don't know why I don't do that other than my interviews. I don't know why I don't ever schedule like a dedicated talk, but I don't. And so but we're here. And All right, Kevin is here. I should have Hey, Anthony, how are you? How are you? Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. Uh, yeah, I'm going to be slightly working at the same time as I'm chatting. I don't know if you guys saw my top 20 list. It's in the other, the last live chat I did. I did it with Casey from Interweb Kaiju. Him and I tore things up for a couple hours. Um, okay, that sounds good to me, Anthony. Yep, I still got it here. Uh, so I did my top 20. Love to hear what your top 20 is. If anybody wants to come on up and hang out, let me know. Raise your hand. I will give you a list. I'll give you a link. Hi, Sue. How are you? How are you? Happy New Year's to you. I'll be more than happy to let you guys come on up and hang out, and because I'm going to be slightly working at the same time I'm chatting. I have a lot to do. I fought off a cold this week, so I'm really behind on everything. So I thought, well, why not do a stream and do some work at the same time? So, which is why my screen is goofy. It's the old way because I will be working. Hey, Snow, how are you? Hmm. Good to see you. Good to see you. And I'm gonna have to have you come out and hang out with me on February in February. Just to show you that I didn't ignore you, and I would love to have you on the show. So Snow will be happening in February. Uh, so yeah, seems like everybody's having a good time today, from what I've seen. Um, oh, you're working too? Yeah, me too. Jeez. So I'm gonna be if I'm not 100% on it right now, that's because I'm doing a little bit of work. So forgive me while that happens. Um, I do have a question. I'll probably ask you this more than once. So I want to set up an international movie database page as an actor. I'm not an actor, but I want to set one up as an actor. I have one as a movie fan, but I want to switch it. Oh, I want to make either create a new one or add on to that. And if anybody knows how to do that, that would be awesome. They can walk me through it. I've been trying to do that because I want to add on our interviews. I want to be able to put them up underneath my name. I heard that the International Movie Database is now allowing that. Before, it would never do that. It would only allow printed interviews. And even printed interviews was like almost like print, like magazines, and not even blog interviews. But I'm hearing that they're now relaxing the rules and allowing us to post digital content. All right. By all means, everybody can go ahead and share this out. Um, and hopefully we'll get a few people in here and maybe we'll get some fresh faces in here and people can sign up on other people's channels. Um, I guess the first thing I'll do is put up my review. Okay. That would probably be the best thing I could do. Okay. So I put it out, I posted a new review out, which I got to do. I already shared what I was posting um, on another channel, uh, but all right. Of course, this is probably gonna be a lot better once I get somebody to come up here and hang out. Hey, Mike, how are you, sir? How are you? Awesome stream earlier. Awesome stream. I got caught up with the football game at the end of it, though. I had to go watch the end. I had to go watch the. I had to go watch the fourth quarter. Uh, no, no. This is all. This is that was me. I cut the hair. I know it. Not bad, right? Great stream. You and Noran Rad, aka the Silver Surfer. Tremendous live stream on your channel. Um, Yeah, I was shocked. I have to admit, I was sort of shocked when I found out that I was shocked when I did not know that you didn't know who the Avengers were from the '60s, and I was like, oh my gosh, I thought because of Diana Rigg and all that. Um, yeah, I did not know that. I did not think about that. But by all means, I the Avengers from the '60s, you'll be hooked. I guarantee it. Once you start watching the show, you will be hooked on it. It should be somewhere playing in the UK. No, it's a TV series. It's a TV series. It's not the movie. There's only one movie that they remade that one movie with Ralph Fiennes and Uma Thurman, and they only made the one movie. But the Avengers, it was a TV series. It came on during the '60s. If you type in the Avengers UK '60s, you'll see plenty of clips from it. And it also starred Honor Blackman. Also was on that on the show for I think she was on for a couple of years. And of course, Honor Blackman, of course, played Pussy Galore in the James Bond movie Goldfinger. So yes, and um, then they remade it called the New Avengers, and they rebooted it in the '80s. Unfortunately, it only got one season, but it had Mike Gambit in it, and it had one of Joanna Lumley's first appearances, and she played Purdy. That's where I found Joanna Lumley out. I know a lot of people found her from Absolutely Fabulous, um, but for me, for a lot of the guys, we found her during the New Avengers revival show, and she was absolutely gorgeous. And happy New Year to you, CV. Been checking out all your hunting, all your baseball card hunts. You are the man. You are the man. I it's fun. I tell you the truth. Sometimes when I'm sitting there watching your shorts and you're opening up the packs, I gotta admit my hands are doing that same thing too. And I'm waiting. I'm doing this because I'm waiting for the gum to fall into my palm. Because what I collected when I was younger, they had gum in the packages, in the top packages. Um, yeah, I guess that means that Otani's card will be absolutely insanely priced now, hunted, right? Uh, but yes, by all means, yeah, let me, yeah, by all means, if you guys can drop your links, those who can, I'll drop yours in Anthony and CV. I thought all you guys have been connected. Have you guys? Are you guys all connected, or are there some that haven't been connected? I know how much what a bummer, right? The gum was cool as hell. That's what made it so neat was to get your cards and you have a stick of chewing gum, and the chewing gum was actually pretty damn good. It wasn't it tasted really good. Hi Jennifer, how are you? big year coming up for Jennifer. Jennifer will be writing. Jennifer will be publishing and writing a whole slew of new material next year. Hi, Brene. How are you? Oh, glad you guys are all here. Like I said, like I said, you guys all know me. It's always about the pop up. Um, I don't know why that is. It just is. I do pop up, so yeah. Otani is absolutely. He's by light years the most popular player. Is he the best player? Is he the best player? I don't think he's the MVP player. I don't. I don't think he's the MVP player. Not yet. I think he's a great player, but I would not call him an MVP player. Not yet. He's got to lead his team on to. He's got to lead his team somewhere. The Angels, the Angels had him and Mike Trout. I mean, Mike Trout needs to rebound as well. Oh my gosh, are we talking baseball? Have I made any New Year's resolutions? Yeah, other than I'm gonna lose some weight. Um, yeah, that's probably the first thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lose some weight, and I'm gonna see if I can get my house back in order. Um, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm not really excited about the Dodgers spending all that money. It really truly is seems like they're monopolizing and it seems like MLB and ESPN are of course ESPN, right? Always have their fingers their ESPN is just straight out dirty. Um uh but yeah, I they seem to want the Dodgers to win the World Series before the season starts. That's not going to happen. Obviously, we've already seen that how baseball is. Um, Baseball's the one sport where there's no such thing as a sure thing. Uh, oh, he said he donated his DVDs. All right, all right. We have no winner today this year, Brene. We've had no winner. In fact, even as I'm speaking to you now, it's 42 degrees here. Yeah, and they just seem to really be trying to make sure the Dodgers are the dominant franchise, and for the ratings. But it's really a bad thing that they're doing. By loading up the team so heavy like that. It's just taking the excitement away from the game. It really is. But the thing about baseball is anybody can beat anybody on any given day. Whereas other sports, that's not always like that. Some teams are just so far superior that they're going to win going in. I would not. I'm not giving the Dodgers anything. They have to win on the field, and they have not done that. I'm originally from California. I lived in Southern California, but I've been a Yankees fan all my life. But I used to listen to Dick Enberg. He used to do the Angel games on the radio, and I used to listen to Vince Scully, who used to do the Dodger games on Kate. Actually, he used to do the Dodger games on KTTV 11. So it's been yeah, it's been. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, if that's what they're going to try to do, I guess that's what they're going to try to do. I have not looked at the schedule yet. I'm not sure if they're doing the same schedule as they did last year. If they are, wow, they are really that schedule. The new scheduling is going to really cripple baseball more than anything else. Okay. Jennifer says she's doing great, getting ready to premiere a expedition through the paranormal mad, the ghost of time's dust first episode at midnight, and her new book ready to hit the market. See, that's what I said. The new writing for Jennifer P. Tux, which pretty much means that we'll be seeing her back on Eight Questions with for another fun-filled discussion of writing and excitement. I cannot wait. That'll be a lot of fun. Um, yeah, the Dodger fans are notorious for getting there late and notorious for getting out early. I would see people come in the second and third inning to the game. They would get there into the game in the third or fourth inning, and then turn around and leave by the seventh. It was crazy. A lot of the Hollywood people that's what they would do. They would get there late so everybody would see who they were. They would stay 2 or 3 innings, and then they would get up and leave in the seventh inning. Um, Crazy. Um, I don't. I'm not sure if that's. I hear the tradition still stays that people leave early for Dodger games, but I don't know. To me, if I'm spending that kind of money, I'm gonna wait till the last out is made, no matter what. That's right, Sarah. Sarah says go Yankees. Listen, everybody, listen to Sarah. She's right on the button with that. See, I have to figure out a shuttle system for a Dodger game next year. Yeah, you know, you're actually. I think you're Central Valley, so your best chance actually probably will be to go to. I think it'll probably be honestly would probably be go to the A's game if they're playing the A's this year in Oakland. Either that or playing the Giants. It'll probably be yeah. I would not want to go. I would not pay money. I would not pay money to see a Dodger game today, even if I had it. I don't like what they're. Yeah. The Yankees. I've been trying to hold off on that. Me and my brother, we've been talking. We're both Yankee fans, and we've both been really underwhelmed by their moves this year. They have not really done anything at all to improve the team. Um, they still held on to Stanton. They should have got rid of his ass. I wish they would have got rid of Rizzo. And They made a couple of trades. They got Juan Soto in. He looks to be just here a year. Then he's probably going to option out. I don't think he can handle the Yankee. I don't think he can handle Yankee Stadium. I think Juan Soto's going to get totally overwhelmed by Yankee Stadium, and he'll be yet another player who cannot play underneath the pressure. So I expect him to play 1 year and then bail out. I think the Yankees gave up way too much for that. They gave a lot of pitching away just for basically a year rental. Uh, yeah, that's a real shame. They could have traded Otani last year, and they could have traded him last year and got a lot more for him. Holding on to him and was just a really god awful move. And having Phil Nevin as your manager was even a worse move. Yeah, that's the thing with I didn't like that contract either. Me and my brother talked about Aaron Judge, and we did talk about his age and the fact that he still could not remain injury free. Um, yeah. Hey, Jonas. Jonas is here from the Friendly Men. That's awesome. That's awesome. Glad to see you here. Glad to see you here. Snow saying that she would like to read Jennifer's new work, as I will as well. Definitely excited to see that. It seems like a lot of people that have come on the show this year have really had great years, and a couple of them have even had some really interesting years. We met a lot of new people on the show this year. Um, so much fun, so much fun. Great year for Eight Questions with. Um, I mean, I'll throw this out here right now. In fact, I'm probably going to be throwing this out here well, all the way up. But I really would love to know. I really would love to know what was your favorite interview of this past year. Really, actually, it'd be pretty important to me if you guys could take the time to answer that. What was your favorite interview that we did on Eight Questions with this past year? Um, I would love to know that. think I can actually help out. And we've had some really fun shows this year, and but I would love to know what your favorite one was. See if I can find. We've had some really good ones this year. See if I can go ahead and go all the way down to last year. If I can find last year. Let's see. Let's see if I can find that from the one. Uh, oh, okay, that's December 20th. So that would be Maple Leaf. I got to figure that out. What time? At what time? What time? As far as years go? But I'll just ask you guys that if you guys could y- hey Echo, how are you? How are you, Echo? Echo Zero from the House of Horrors walking inside the room. Fred the Enchanted walking inside the room. Thank you guys so much. Um, but yeah, if you guys could think about that for a second and then get back to me, that would be really cool. I'd like to know what was your favorite interview that we did on 8 questions with. Um, and Yeah, that would be fun. We've had a lot of fun with it this year. Some of the recent interviews that we have had uh, have just been actually spectacular. We've had so much fun with them. Um, we had the return of Christy Adams came by. We met a whole slew of Iowa filmmakers. We met Patrick Bolberg. We met Michael James Bernard, Rob Merritt. We met Donna Hamblin. We met Jojo Monkey. We've met Dylan Yeager. We have had a really fun show, really fun time getting to know the Iowa filmmakers. We got to meet a retired Secret Service agent that was really fun, and Ross Yeager, Ross Yergs. Yerger, we had a fun with him. Of course, we had returning guests such as Doug and Ava Potterfield who came by and played some music for us. We've had uh, the delightful Morgan Thompson who just got married, and of course we had the wonderful Jessica Cameron come on. We're doing more music, we're doing more music going forward. We had John Christ from Danzig come on out and hang out with us. We had Jerry Montano, who also played in Destroya, and also Danzig and the Deadlights. He came out and hang out with us. Of course, we had creators. We talked to creators such as like Van Lifers. Brene was a guest on the show. Our good friend Tim Mobang with your bucks. Tim Hong was with us last year. Um, so we've had a lot of fun. We've interviewed a lot of really cool people. Uh, uh, Actor and producer Alex P. Michaels was a really fun interview. The lovely Lydia Helen, um, Carrie Ann Fleming. Really enjoyed talking to her from Canada. Just a really sweetheart of a lady. Um, so yeah, so let's see. What do I think of pickles? Don't know what pickle is. Uh, let's see. Ass Slayer 623. Okay. All right. That's an entertaining channel name to be sure of. Uh, I don't know I don't know where people come up with the titles of their channels. Um, that's right. Lazy Cheetah was a guest. That's right. Artist Lazy Cheetah. He came on the show. He was fantastic as well. Really fun to talk to him. Uh, so I agree. I agree. I'm trying to get. I'm going to try to get some more artists in. We didn't get as many as we had hoped for. We had a few, but we are going back to that. Um, see, when are we going to interview Sarah Jessica Parker? That will be a now. I will be a well. You know what? I can't say that. I can't say that would be a hell no. I mean, if she offered to come onto the show, I talked to her. Um, let's see. He came up with his channel name while he was slaying asses. Okay, well, all right. So basically, you're telling us that you're an ex-convict. All right. Okay. All right. Hey, you know what? Hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? Um, did you ever hear of Godzilla 98? Godzilla 98. Yes. Godzilla 98. Um, yeah, we have heard of Godzilla. Not a fan of the not a fan of the American Godzilla at all. Um, not a fan. Okay, he got okay. Fred said he came up with this name because he got inspired from unicorns. Okay. Um, that's yeah. There you go. Could be unicorns. Well, that could be. Well, that's right. That's something else that came out last year, and that was Carousel 3, the third one. Steve Renzinski released the trilogy, completed this trilogy for Duke the Unicorn. That's right. Did not interview Steve or this year. Gonna have to try to fix that if we can. Um, I know that he and his significant other were very very busy this year. So we will try to catch up with them next year. Yeah, Steve's a good interview. He really is. I really like Steve a lot. I wish that he always seems to be down on himself a little bit, and I think he's a tremendous talent. I do. I think Steve Renzinski is. I think he's not only is he a very good filmmaker, but I think he's a great human being too. Many of you may not know this about Steve Renzinski, but between making films, he is also working for. He also does a lot of work for Make a Wish. So he flies around in different costumes, that the kids want to see, and he will go there and make public appearances for kids who are sick. And I gotta tell you, when I heard that's what he does, I already liked the guy already, but when I heard, because he's also a tremendous cat guy, which instantly puts him in the Hall of Fame. But when I heard that he flies around the country, talking to sick kids and popping up in different costumes, how could you not love the guy and really cherish him and say thank you so much? I do that. Whenever I see him on somebody's stream or what have you, I always say thank you for that because it's a tremendous effort and tremendous on his part, to go out there and appear and with for these kids who are not doing so well, and he goes out there and he makes their life a little better. Um, let's see. Let's see. Have I ever heard of the rapper Jaleel? I No, have never heard of him. Although he's Jalel now said, oh, I think he fell off, but you should still interview him. I never heard of him. I can look him up, and if he's on Instagram, and I can, at least I could do is I can go ahead and check out his music. Definitely see. Um, I'm not really into the hardcore rapping as far as that goes. I would still interview him, but I'm not really down with the hardcore stuff. Um, but if he's got good flow, yeah, why not? How many records does he have? Is he on Spotify? I could definitely look him up on Spotify, can't I? I can do that. I can do that. Yeah, why not? I'm down with that. Let's see. We got another band coming next month. We got another band coming to the Eight Questions with. We'll be talking with. We're going to be starting a new series within the Eight Questions with. Um, we're going to be presenting with, in conjunction with Bipolar Records. We're going to be doing a band a month on the show, and the first band will be Blind Adam. They'll be coming up to us on the 25th of January. Blind Adam will be here on the 25th of January. Um, who was my favorite interview? Wow, yeah. Wow, geez, man, that's a tough one, man. I gotta tell you, that's a rough one. There's so many. I mean, I talked to so many. Um, I love talking to I've loved talking to Mike Ferguson. I love talking to Mike Markov. Uh, um, I really I really enjoy talking to Tristan Risk. She was a lot of fun. Um, of course, we had Karen Cleach from the movie Thanksgiving. She was a lot of fun. Um, Actor Paul Green. Um, Tell you the truth, one was just not that long ago, and that was actually Ross Yerger from the Secret Service agent. That was a fascinating interview. That was pretty interesting. That was really interesting. Of course, I've interviewed a lot of content creators as well, who I've really enjoyed talking to. Um, I mean, there's we just got done talking to Mike from Did You See That? We talked to Echo. We talked to Renee. And that was Ray from Van Life Rocks. We talked to him. Um, I like the co-host that we've done. Where we me and Eric for Hate Internet. It's Eric. And of course, Al Lucard, aka the Mighty Bat. We got to interview Adam Marcus, which I thought was absolutely a blast. Um, well, that would be, you know what? I would have to, you know what? I don't have any preset questions. So I think that you and I would just start talking just like we're talking now. Just let's start flowing. Just, see where it takes us. Oh, thank you, Fred. I will look him up. I will look him up. And see, Slayer wants to know, what did I think of Jurassic Park? I actually like Jurassic Park. I thought the Jurassic Park, the first one, was very exciting. I watched it 1 through 3. I've enjoyed every one of them. I read the first 2 books. Um, they were very exciting. Uh, oh, right. Yes. Uh, Me and with Richard Stanley. Yes, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. So we got to talk to Richard Stanley, and we got to talk. We were joined by Jerry Montano, a friend of the channels, and of course we were joined by the Friendly Men as well. That was a lot of fun. Richard Stanley's a really he was really fun to talk to. Yui Bo, who I need to contact him because I think his new movie is going to be due out pretty soon. The last shift, I think it's called. And Yui Boll was absolutely fantastic. Super fun guy, very, very nice man. And I enjoyed talking to him a lot, a great deal. I thought he answered every question. He took on every question. I thought it was fantastic. Um, uh, See, his music, almost everything that came out after Ride the Wave sounds like expired milk. Let's see. Echo says the mighty. That's right, Al Lucard, the Bat. In fact, I can tell you right now. I can tell you this right now. The Bat will be joining us for. He will be co-hosting eight questions with on January 12th. He will be joining me here for our interview with Ray Murray from Cinephobia Releasing. Um, I had told the Bat, we were talking movies, and I had told him, because you guys have all seen this, my favorite movie this year has been Brightwood, and I've been telling everybody that I can think of that you need to see this movie. And I told that to Al. I says, man, you got to go watch Brightwood and tell me what you think. And um and so he put out his top movie list yesterday, his top 13 movie list. And I was shocked because he didn't tell me. He didn't reach out or anything. He just, I just went over and watched it. And his number one movie from last year was Brightwood. That movie is banging. And I was really touched because me and Al, man, we're very much alike in this, how we see a lot of things. And I was so excited when he said that Brightwood was the bomb, because it really is. It's a fantastic movie. There is the professor coming in the house. Welcome, welcome. I know a lot of people are doing their top 10 lists of movies, and for some reason, I'm not seeing a lot of love for Skinamarink. I don't know why that's not, and I'm being serious here. I'm seeing a lot of people like, they're like, well, I don't get it. What's not to get? Um, uh, yeah, I would like to get a little more year out of the planet. Me and the cheetah. He is currently downstairs. He slept most of the day underneath this blanket. He was very, very happy. Oh my gosh, I could hear him purring most of the day and snoring. Um, but yeah, that was but I asked Al if he would come up and hang out with us as we talked to the gentleman who was responsible for bringing us Brightwood, and that was Ray Murray, who owns Cinephobia Releasing. And so he said that he'll be able to, so he'll be with us on the 12th of January for our interview with Ray Murray from Cinephobia Releasing. Uh, oh, Astro. That's a great name for a cat. That's a great name for a cat, Astro. Um, yeah, and of course, the highlight of the, I did our top 20. I had Casey from Interweb Kaiju come on with me, and we are doing our. I did my top 20, and then we each did a bottom 10. And if you first tune on to the show, when Casey first comes on, you'll see his cat absolutely just sacked out all over. I mean, it's just all over Casey. I mean, I've never seen a cat just like draped like that. I mean, he's sleeping too. He was literally sleeping, and he was in such a weird position. Cats. Uh, let's see. The professor says he still has not seen Skinamarink. You definitely want to see that one, Professor. I'm telling you, it's a good one. Um, yeah, never enough cat videos on YouTube. Oh no, yeah, we need more cat videos. I think Instagram has become instant cat. I see more cats. Um, The Skin I Live In is one of the most horrifying movies ever. That's the one with Antonio Banderas, right? Yes, I think that's a I think that ISC. I think that is an ISC movie, if I'm not mistaken. if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken about that, but that's the one with yes, I have yeah, I have heard about that movie. That does yes. There was actually there was actually another movie that sort of has somewhat of a similar theme, but it was more more action packed. I want to say it was called The Assignment, but let me see. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, a movie called The Assignment that starred Michelle Rodriguez. It came out in 2016. Yeah, that's a terrifying movie too. that's that's a disturbing movie, actually. That's a disturbing movie. Has Michelle Rodriguez in it, and also has Sigourney Weaver in it. Very very interesting movie. Well, I guess they're doing I guess they're doing a remake of Speak No Evil that came out on IFC Midnight. I guess they're remaking that for the American audience. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they make the American one because they always fuck it up. They tried to remake Inside for for American audience. They didn't do it. That was shitty. They tried to redo Martyrs for the American audience. That was shitty. I just don't know why they just don't. I don't know why they just don't. Just support the movie that's already came out. Mr. Dan and the Horror, happy you're here. Happy New Year's Eve. Yeah, I definitely yeah, The Skin I Live In is that's definitely a disturbing movie. But The Assignment is no slacker. That's a really different movie. Different performances by Michelle Rodriguez and Sigourney Weaver. That movie is way under the radar. Because I think it's because of the subject matter, and but it's a really good movie though. It's um I mean, it just shows you that Michelle Rodriguez is so underused. Uh, uh, see, you know what though? I can't understand why why they go into that, Professor, because streaming is everywhere now, right? Streaming is everywhere. There's somebody somewhere that's going to be showing that movie somewhere to somebody, and I just there's just no such thing now as well that nobody's seen this movie when the fact that we all have, and a lot of the times we've already own it as far as physical media goes. Um, But yeah, okay. But yeah, by who else who's dropped a top 20 list or a top 10 list? I watched 142 movies this year, 143. That was actually pretty good for me. I was like, and then I did my top 20, and after I did my top 20, I came back there. I'm looking at it, going like, man, I left some movies off. My they didn't make my top 20 list, and I thought they would. I was like, okay, but I was thinking, well, you know what? It just shows it to me the fact that I left a lot of movies off my list this year really spoke to me of the quality of movies that I watched. I didn't watch a lot of shit. I watched a lot of really good movies. That's what really got to me. It was like I'm sitting there going like, man, like you should have killed me. That's a great movie. I love that movie. That movie it's hella fun. And it probably should have made like an honorable mention, but I didn't do that. But I mean, but there were so many fun movies that I watched this year, and it's just like I'm going like, wow, just because you don't see your movie here doesn't mean that I don't love it because it just speaks to the volume of the movies that I did watch. I watched a lot of good stuff this year. Let's see. See, Echo saying his new mission is to get more people to see and enjoy My Demon Lover. I believe that's an 80s horror film, right? And see, Echo's here. See, oh, Mighty Casey just walked in. Weren't you trying to get people to watch Blood Clouds? Yes, and the Amazing Bulk. Yes, I did, and I reviewed it too. Snow. I watched your in-depth analysis, and I reviewed for 400 Days. Yep, I certainly did. I thought I'm with you, Snow. I mean when I rewatched 400 Days, um, it was really good. It's I tell you what really snuck up on me, and snuck on me the first time I watched it too. It snuck on me the first time I watched it, and it snuck on me the second time I watched it, and that was Dane Cook actually did really well in that movie. Dane Cook was interesting, you know. Um, it's a real shame that he's pretty much just mud as far as a draw goes. But I would tell people if they were watching 400 Days that as much as I love Brandon Routh, and I did, but man, I thought Dane Cook was really strong in that. And Tom Cavanaugh, wow. I mean that now he made that movie before he did The Flash. And there's anything that just reinforced about that was Tom Cavanaugh can play evil really, really well. Um, I mean, he's always come across as happy-go-lucky guy, but man, between The Flash and between 400 Days, Tom Cavanaugh is no slacker when it comes down to playing villains. There definitely is. Um, I thought actually 400 Days would have easily have fit would have easily have fitted underneath um would have easily fitted underneath the Twilight Zone or the Outer Limits. And that's probably about the highest praise I can give it because I love both those series. And I really thought that 400 Days, especially the ending was so open ended. You really didn't know what was going to happen. And I really did like that. See, to watch Bulk and Night of the Chicken Dead. Not watching that one. Um, if you catch him, it really explains psychologically what was really happening in the movie. I love that film. It was one of the few movies I've ever watched that challenged me at the end. Um, yeah, that's a keeper. That's gonna be hard to find though. That movie is gonna be hard to find. I got my copy at the video store, but it was made for Sci-Fi Channel. Um, I just don't know how many copies of that Universal printed out. I don't know how easy that would be for people to find that movie. I do think it will help that it came out on Universal since it premiered on Universal on the Sci-Fi Channel. But I would definitely recommending that one. Definitely Snow. Let's see. Let's see. Kevin mentions he really liked Late Night with the Devil. That's a really good one from this year. I haven't seen a lot of people's top list. Um, I tell you what's really weird for me, Kevin, is there's a movie called Debbie and the Devil, which I have not watched yet. I've actually been waiting for next year. Um, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. It's on Tubi. It's for free. What I thought was really funny for me was I didn't watch the movie, but I watched the documentary about the making of that movie and Hellacious, the making of a horror indie film. That was really, really good. That made my top 20 list. That documentary made my top 20 list. I have not seen the movie that it's based upon. I know it's an anthology, and I watched the first 10 minutes of it, and it looks fantastic. I really liked it. Has a three stories, which is the to me a good anthology is three stories. because there's enough meat there that you could tell a really good story. And then the wraparound is animated, which is really different. And I like that. I think that's sort of like that gives you that sort of gives you that sort of a creep show type feel. The Tales of the Crypt type feel, and I like that. I like that. You to show one of the better traumas. I I have not seen any trauma films in over 25 years. I really have not. I have not seen it. I would tell the only trauma film I would tell any serious person, and like, hey, if you really want to get into trauma, it'd probably be Terra Firma. Would probably be the one. Um, that would probably be the only one I would recommend. I don't know. I don't know any of the other ones that I would recommend right off the top of my head. The documentary is fantastic. It really is. Like I said before, I just turned that on Tubi. I knew nothing about it. I knew nothing about anybody in that movie. I just watched it, and I was so captivated by it that as soon as it was over, I went over to and hunted down Nas Red on Instagram and asked for an interview. Um, I was blessed that he said yes. And I really enjoyed his interview very much. And he has overcome a lot. There are certain things that we didn't talk about during the interview that are in the documentary. Highly recommend watching it. I think the movie itself will be a solid B. It'll be a solid independent horror movie. Probably better than your average anthology, and the fact that there was only three stories, which I think is really uh, which I think is the best. Mr. Danaher says he's going to try to review one documentary a month in 2024. I love that. I love that. I have done documentaries for a while. When I go hunting at the library, I look for those. I look for them a lot. Um, I'm always trying to get the IMAX documentaries. Those are fantastic. I reviewed a lot of the IMAX ones on my blog. I also collect the Nat Geo. If I can find a National Geographic documentary, I get those every time, and I also try to find any all PBS specials. Uh, let's see. Snow mentions Trauma Films inspired a video game series called Happy's Humble Burger Barn. If you want to be absolutely scared by a video game, uh, I recommend the Happy series. What about the Wizard of Battle though? What about that one? Remember the Wizard of Battle with Emilio Estevez? They came out in the it came out in an anthology movie called Nightmares. That was all right. It was okay, but that was the one where he was trying to, the Bishop of Battle. That's right. That was fun though, right? Come on. I mean, the Bishop of Battle was a classic. That was a lot of fun. I actually saw that I saw that at a midnight show. I saw Nightmare at a midnight show when it came out. I thought there was another Italian movie called Nightmare. There was an Italian movie called Nightmare, and it was different from the American one. We thought we were going to see the Italian one, and then we ended up seeing this American one, and we're going like, okay, this is not what we came here to see, but okay, it's not that bad. Uh, oh, Death by Temptation is a trauma film. I'm partial to Frostbiter, Wrath of the Wendigo. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh my gosh. No Wendigo movie. Oh, I watched one Wendigo movie this year, and that was actually my number one movie I hated this year. That was just god awful. The Wendigo. Oh, That was terrible, terrible. Um, yes, that's the one, Mister Dan. And Lance Henriksen played the priest who was being chased by a possessed truck. It was, I'm not sure how it would look today. I remember it. I think it'll probably hold up today. I mean, I think because we watch it and it's a lot of fun. Um, but yeah, that's the one. The giant rat with Richard Mazer. That's right. Um, Christina Rains played in the first story. Oh my God, Surf Nazis Must Die is like it's one of the worst movies ever. Oh, it's terrible. That movie's garbage. That movie is terrible. Oh, not a good movie. um, let's see. I will tell you our list. See, I think I put the bottom 10 on here. Let's see. I might have just put I thought I put both. Let me see. Okay, yes. So the bottom 10 for me this year was a movie called The Wendigo. It was not good. Then number 2 was The Neon Demon. Number 3 was Smart House, which really bummed me out a lot because the concept is a good idea. The concept was great, and by John Oak Dalton, who wrote it, but the execution was just really bad. It was $1 million idea made on a $500 budget, and that really hurt it. It was a great idea, but the execution there just wasn't a budget for it. Uh, Number 4 was Cocaine Cougar. Number 5, Cocaine Shark. Number 6, The Haunting of Hythe House. Number 7, I know, amazing that it got to be this high on the list, um, or low on the list. The Amazing Bulk. Number 8, the big budget movie that I didn't like was The Flash. I did not like The Flash. Number 9 was Suicide Club, and number 10 was Jack Frost. Those are my bottom 10. Those are the ones that I did not like. Those are the ones I liked the least. There's actually a movie about the Jersey Devil, Mr. Dan and Hoare. It's called The Barons, and that was made by Darren Lynn Bousman. But I didn't. I heard that was just sort of. Mm, yeah, the Wendigo movies. Yeah, as soon as the Wendigo movie, as soon as they establish that they're not in Canada, that I'm out. I, I'm out. Here comes the Wendigo movie. Where's it at? In Texas. I'm out. But it's good. I'm out. Uh, yes, research. Would you mind letting me know some of the ones that you found? Let's see. Yeah, no more. Yes. See. Okay, so you saw that one, Mister Dan. I'm not sure if that's one where Darren Lynn Bousman was the writer or producer of that one, or if he was just a hired gun. Darren Lynn Bousman tends to make better movies when he has more vested in it. When he's just a hired slinger, a hired director, uh, there's definitely a disconnect in some of his movies. Like he knows that's what he's there for. He's there to take their story from point A to point B, and it's not his story. And it sort of comes out in his direction sometimes. Um, yeah, the flat. Yeah. Well, you know what though? I mean, look at Aquaman 2. Aquaman 2 is actually getting destroyed, basically because there's no point in seeing it. I would tell anybody that was going to go see Aquaman 2, I would sit there and say, why? What's the point? There's not going to be anything coming after it. Um, there's not going to be any Jason Momoa. Not going to be any Patrick Wilson. It's no more. William Defoe. I mean, or even Amber Heard. There's not going to be. There's nothing about that. Once they announced that they were going to, once they announced that James Gunn was not going to take any of the other DC movies with them, they all died. Shazam died. Black Adam died. Um, Aquaman died. The Blue Beetle did okay because they're going to keep Blue Beetle going forward. But the rest of the movies, the DC movies that came out, they died on the vine because they were just nothing was going to come of them. That was it. If yeah, I I'm just gonna wait for all those movies to come out. As far as that goes, I wouldn't, unless you're a diehard comic book fan that needs to desperately see those movies, I would just say wait, wait till they come out on physical media, or on streaming. Uh, I don't think you need to spend the money, spend the night at the theater, for a movie that has no future. It's just frustrating. Let's see. Wasn't the last broadcast also based on the Jersey Devil? I've heard about that. Yeah, that's exactly what happened because that movie. Remember that movie got made before James Gunn took over. That movie, it just didn't get pushed out because I think it got knocked out because of COVID initially. I think. But the movie was pretty much done, and they had to do some reshoots with Amber Heard. They had to go in there and fix that up too. But I mean, that movie was pretty much done when James Gunn said that he was not going to be taking anybody other than the Blue Beetle with him forward to his DC, and the Batman, Matt Reeves Batman. He says he's going to keep that too. I have never heard of that. I don't know the story of the Jersey Devil. Now I know about the Tasmanian Devil because I watched plenty of Bugs Bunny cartoons, but I don't know about I don't know about the Jersey Devil. Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm looking forward to seeing next year's the movies coming out next year. I thought this year had a pretty pretty action packed for films. Um, based on what I got from the library, I had a great year at the library. Um, I put out 40 videos of the hauls that I got out of there, and I was watching some of them or listening to some of them, and Jesus, I gotta tell you, I pulled I pulled some good stuff out of that library. Not as much recent stuff as I liked. That's the only thing I was bummed about. It's like I didn't get very much recent releases, but as far as filling the holes up for collections or as far as TV series go, man, I had a pretty damn good year. Let's see. Kevin says that the last broadcast is also better than the Blair Witch. I definitely need to see it then, because I am a huge Blair Witch Project fan. I love the first one. I did not like the second one, but I loved the first one. I thought the first one was so well done. And I've always said this. I've always said that people hate on it because they got fooled. Basically, they got fooled. The marketing campaign that they did were for the Blair Witch Project was excellent. People they just got sucked into it, and a lot of people did not tell the spoilers, which was another great thing about the movie. They didn't spoil it for they didn't go like we didn't have. Could you imagine this Blair Witch Project coming out today? They couldn't. It wouldn't. It would never work because like people would be coming out there, they'd be spoiling it. But back when it did come out, there wasn't that much internet, not like we have today, and so there wasn't a lot of people spoiling it. So people were watching it and being taken for the ride, and it was fun. I think the concept for that movie was a lot of fun. I do. I love the first one. Professor, I didn't really realize until I actually watched it just how well I did. I mean, to me, I'm always coming back when because I don't see any library since I don't since I don't watch I didn't see a lot of recent releases. I've always sort of been disappointed by that, but it wasn't until I was listening to it that I was like, wow. I mean, like wow, I actually did pretty damn well. And considering how much money I didn't pay for everything. Um, yeah, I know a lot of people hate the first one. They hate the first one, and for the most part, and if you're really honest with yourself, you hate it because you were taken by it. That's what it was. I mean, it was so cleverly done. A lot of people really got sucked into it. It was the marketing campaign was excellent. It really was. It was the first true viral campaigns. You had to follow different clues and different websites and and then the people in the movie, they weren't nobody knew who they were at all. I mean, it did come across as a documentary. It came across as a documentary because you didn't know who the hell they were. I mean, if you would have saw a big name in the movie, that takes you out of it, but they didn't, and it worked. Um, is it as for a first time view. Now the second one I didn't see the remake. I guess they made a third one. I didn't see that one. Yes. See, Snow's right. Blair Witch had a website dedicated to the yes, and everybody was told that was the first time they ever did anything like that, and it was with people that nobody knew. Nobody knew who Heather O'Donoghue was. So they're all going like, "Oh, what is this? What is this?" And they were so captivated by it. I mean, that movie if I'm not mistaken, and I could be, but isn't that the movie that's made the most money based on its budget versus just return? Isn't it still the one movie that's made the most? I think it made it for what 300,000 or less, and it made hundreds of millions. Let's see. Let's see. Um, Yeah, I agree with you about that, Snow. And I'll agree with you, Echo. As far as the rest of them go, I didn't care for the sequels at all. You couldn't. I don't know why. It was just straight cash grab. I mean, you can't go back and revisit a concept like that. Not I mean you can. I mean we've seen other found footage films, and some of them are really good, and most of them aren't. Most of them the one thing it kills me about hidden cameras or lost footage, and I don't think it necessarily has to be this way, but the one thing I hate about the concept is that every single movie you already know going in that it's going to have a bad ending. The people in the camera are all going to die. There's no suspense to it. Every movie, the end that they're we found the camera that everybody must die. Who says that they have to die? Who's to say that they can't be down at the ravine somewhere or hiking into a ranger's post or something like that? Who's to say that doesn't happen? But man, every time, I mean, as soon as someone says, I got a found footage film, it's just like, well, we already know what the ending of it is. Everybody dies. It's not even a final girl in found footage. There's not even that. They all die. Um, because the plot was bare bones, and I didn't like the shaky cam. Yeah. Book of Shadows gets a point in my favor in my book because I had a hot goth chick. She was all right. She was okay. Kim director. She ended up doing The Inside Man with Denzel Washington. Yeah, see, I didn't really. I watched the second one too, but I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't think it was scary at all. Wreck. Yep, is amazing. We are starting to get our first few firecrackers of the night. And it is 10 to 9. Thank you guys for all hanging out with us, hanging out with me and the cheetah. Does anybody want to come up and hang out with me? Let me know if anybody wants to hang out. If you do, I'll drop the link down, and you guys can, if you want to. I'm not sure if Casey's still with us, but if Casey wants to come up, and I'm sure his cat is all over him sleeping. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you want to come up, Snow? Let me see. Let me see. I believe I still have you on Instagram, so let me grab. All right, let's see. Oh, Snow said she did a 5 hour live stream earlier and her voice is shot. Yeah, I can understand that. Instagram is pretty good for that. I use a lot of Instagram for my promotions, and I've been using a lot of Threads too. But I don't think Instagram likes me too much. My channel never grows there. Same thing over here. My channel is the membership is or the followers have just dried up. I've been stuck at 1290 now for about 6 weeks, but not worried about it. I'm still having fun. That's really the main thing, right? Having fun. Let's see. Talk among yourselves for a few minutes. I'm gonna drop something down here, and then I'll be right back. So you'll see me typing. Oh, whoops. I did that all wrong. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I can let you come up, Echo. Mighty Casey, you want to come up as well? I'll drop the link right here. I'll drop it in for 30 seconds. See, Casey says he's okay for now. Okay, I know what that means. That's code. Us cat owners. That's code for cat on a lap. That's code. Oh my gosh. Your cat is so cute, Casey.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
You know, you're saying about numbers growing. I've been hearing that's been happening to a lot of horror channels or anybody that covers horror. There seems to be a lack of love from YouTube these days, more so than normal.
Wow, that's also not good too. Now they're not letting me get rid of that my post. Uh,
Ooh,
can can you go over my post and get rid of it?
on which one?
The StreamYard one. Wow, that's weird. I see everybody else's no dot from me. I was gonna eliminate it.
Well, it's the for the link. I think only you can.
Wow, it's not letting me do it. Oh, that's really bad.
I think the only way for me to be allowed to do it is I have to be no longer. I have to be. You have to be like the two levels of mods. Maybe the next one up, but what do
Oh,
you call
there
it, manager?
I got it. Good. I don't want that sticking out there in the. I don't want that be flying in the free. That I don't want that freak flag flying.
Yeah, only one freak allowed.
Ah, no, it's like what? Yeah. So you think horror channels are being being targeted, huh? Why am I not? Why is that not surprised me? I mean, I literally have been stuck at they I was at 1320, and then they took off 37 of my subs, knocked me all the way down, and now I can't even get anything back going, to recover them. It's just absolutely insane.
I'd
Uh,
say this started back in October, probably.
yeah,
They picked up, and then they've heard of Deco Shadow. He's a bigger horror tuber. He does movies and stuff. He
okay,
did a video talking about it, and it seems to be they're targeting us. Where they're not, if you're a horror tuber or you just cover horror, they're not letting us grow. They're not letting us put this out there.
yeah. I think what they're feeling is the fact that there's a lot. I mean, there's so many freaking channels. It's hard, when you tell people like you just barely scratch the surface. We have our own community. We all know everybody in the community, but that's just a small group. I mean, have you ever just followed somebody you don't know and you go to their channel and look at their comment page? Hopsy told me about to do this. He says just go to various horror channels that you don't know. Go over there, drop a comment, find somebody else who you don't know, go over there, drop a comment, and before you know it, you got a whole slew of new people. Um, and it's like, yeah, but it has not been working. And really feel like I've been shadow banned over on Instagram. My
I mean,
Instagram page has not
yeah,
grown at all.
there
At all.
was I forget what video it was I did, and I had like 4 comments and like 5 or 6 views, and it's
Yeah,
like, oh, well, no, it was like the views, the numbers don't add up. Like if you have more, and even with Steven, we were seeing that in House of Horrors, the numbers haven't been the greatest.
Yeah, and then StreamYard has been doing something really weird as far as the view counts go. What it does is like as soon as you're done with your live stream, it'll literally say like 5 or 6 views, and then it catches up. Before it's just like and then what it does, and then it hits a wall. I mean, it's like okay, for the first 3 days, I got traffic, and after that, absolutely nothing, nothing, and it's just like wow, okay.
And you know what? We work as hard as the other channels. It's not just let's sit down and watch a movie or a TV show. We gotta research, we gotta film, we gotta edit, we gotta think, we gotta work on stuff. So we work just as hard as everybody else.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I just it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And the amount of AI channels that are coming online on YouTube are absolutely it floors me.
I
There's so many AI channels out there now.
I
Oh my,
get it. I get it. YouTube has its favorites and its disfavorites. It likes some of the troublemakers. There's some troublemakers out there. It likes them. It likes VTubers. It loves VTubers because right now VTubers are a hot commodity. I guess if we brought them big money, they'd be kissing our asses and we'd be getting special treatment. But you don't know if we can make you money if you don't give us a chance to basically grow.
yep. I mean, it's like some people don't want to have monetized channels, or we're fine with that. We just want to continue to go forward. I mean, you want to place ads on my shit, that's fine. I just that's what if you want to do that, if you think my content's good enough that people are going to come watch commercials, I guess so, that's fine. you know but just to sit there and shadow ban us is absolutely ridiculous. And
If
you're
people
right.
come,
Instagram is really bad because you put out content, you put out keywords, hashtags, and you still see no action. Yeah, you're shadow banned.
hey, Casey has the answer to it.
Let's see. Let's see. Mighty Casey says, let's see. Oh, my Godzilla.
He's going to become a VTuber with anime boobs.
The tweets come out at night. Mr. Dan, it says his Godzilla -1 video gave me a little bump. It seems to stall again. But horror is so in right now. Why would YouTube not want to promote a popular trend to get more views? Stupid YouTube. Snow the same. What's a VTuber?
A VTuber basically is it's like kind of like AI. You got an animated character, but it's voiced by a real person, and sometimes they use motion capture or facial scan to help animate the face. Extremely popular right now. Have been popular since the last 2 years or so. They've grown in popularity.
Let's see. With anime boobs and the more super chats, bigger they get. Yeah. So basically, what they're doing is they're allowing their channel to become an AI channel. They come up with a cartoon figure, and yeah, and they use the voices too. There's so many voices that are instantly, they're all AI voices, and you hear them all the time, and it's just so funny to watch them. They watch it because they're so AI, and people they talk to them like they're real. It's like this is AI. This is not a person you're talking to. You're not talking to a content creator. You're talking to a robot.
There was a YouTuber who thought that we should all go that way, and I heard they were having a problem because they were starting to lose views and money. And we're still trying to say this is the way we're all gonna go someday.
Well, well, I know the old school way works really well. I know that Al put out his new little series, a little miniature documentary. Man, the one he did one that went viral. I mean, legitimately went viral. I mean, it was like people were watching it, and he has almost 400 likes on it, and it had over 12,000 views. When I saw the 12,000 views, I instantly thought glitch. But then I went over and clicked on it, and I saw that they had 400 likes. I'm like, oh, people came over and watched that shit.
Nice.
He hit himself a gold strike there. Good for him. I did I did not anything near that, but like I did a review of a martial arts movie, and it did, for me anyway, did pretty well. It did over 300 views. But I click on the likes, and there's like 6 likes, so I know that it's a glitch. It's not, people didn't really watch it. It's just a glitch.
It's like when we interviewed Gabby from Stranger Things.
Hmm.
We should have gotten much better numbers,
Oh yes, yeah, without a
but
doubt,
it
without a
just wasn't there.
no.
I know you shouldn't like look at this other at the numbers and stuff, but when you bust your ass,
Hmm. No, he bust. Yeah, Steven, you guys busted your ass for that show, promoted it, and this and that, and and you're right. I mean, you should have came out there, and but of course, part of that is too. Honestly, is part of that too is the lack of community support too, and that's what really kills me. Is when you see some of these people that will sit there and they'll tell you to their face that Stranger Things is they're all about Stranger Things. And then when you get an interview with somebody like that from the show, and they're sitting over there in a stream, and you're going over there. Why aren't you sitting over watching that interview with Gabby? I mean, God, if you say you're a fan, I mean, get a chance to talk to her, and get a chance to actually ask her a question without paying a convention fee. I mean, that's one thing. That's one thing I say about live interviews here. Thank God, people should really be sort of, like, I wouldn't take those for granted anymore, because I was watching somebody off my Instagram, and he was saying how he is not going to be doing the conventions anymore. He says it's gotten absolutely ridiculous. The amount of money that he pays out at the conventions, it's just like it's absolutely, the greed is spectacularly bad. I mean, you're talking like we're talking about playing the baseball, paying money to go see the Dodgers play earlier. It's like that now to go to a convention. You're paying as much money now to go to the convention as you would to go see a baseball game. If you go in there and you pay for your ticket, you pay for your parking, you pay for your food, and let's say you want to get a one or two pitchers and pitcher opportunities, man, you're walking out there paying 3, 4, 500 bucks. That's a lot of money.
oh yeah,
And here you go. You got a chance to actually come over, watch Gabby, live interview, nobody around, just me, her, and you get a chance to go over there and you get to ask her questions, and you get to sit and she interacts with you. How cool is that? For
and
nothing, for
and that
free.
the and that was the one we've been waiting for a long time to do, but the strike put a hold
Yeah.
on. And you felt it just as much as we did when you go to interview somebody. It's like, oh wait a minute, you can't. How many people did you lose out on a chance to interview because of the strike?
I lost two. I lost. Well, I wouldn't say I lost two. I had to wait and push them back, but now I'm having a hard time getting a hold of them. So I'm not really optimistic about getting them. But some of them I held back on until the strike was over with. Even though in theory, even though by SAG-AFTRA, by their own rules, they were fine to come onto our show because we were so damn tiny. They had no problem if you had already, but I waited on a few. When they said, I feel a little bit more comfortable after the strike's over. I had no problem with that. I had no problem waiting. Um, but yeah, let's see. Hey, Steven, how are you? How are you? Yeah, that's what I do, Casey. I tell that to people who come onto the show, and if they see my view counts and they see how low they are, I tell them right away. I tell them you can multiply that by four, um, 3 to 4 times is what you're seeing. Is this that YouTube only counts that are people that are signed into the platform? But yes, people that come by that don't have a YouTube account and they come by and they watch the interview. No, I don't get credit for that. But let me tell you, I get 3 or 4 times as many views that way. I think it sucks, to tell you the truth. I think they should count everybody. But especially if, to me, the more views a channel gets, the more money YouTube makes. That's how I look at it. But um, Steven says he says he knows why some people do VTube. Some are transgender and don't want to be judged. That or well, they might as well not be feeling well or sit. Yeah. Uh, okay, that's a new one. I don't know how that happened. That's so weird. Um, hey Larry, how are you? The horror cat dad in the house. Wow, that's really weird. See, some of the V2 personalities are pretty fun. Why be yourself when you can be a giant dragon? I get it. Maybe we can get a Echo Clown V2 avatar going. Let's see. I know some people have VTube on Twitch. Well, hell, if we're gonna do VTubes, Casey, we might as well do Jet Jaguar and Gigan. Hell yeah! Wow. Did I freeze? Okay. Oh, Echo got bounced. He got V-tubed. Echo will be doing his stream tonight at 10 o'clock or 7 o'clock. I think 7 o'clock Pacific time, 10 o'clock our time. So that'd actually be pretty cool. We'll stay up here till 10 o'clock. We'll stay up here till 10, and then we'll pass the mic over to Echo Zero. He'll be going on at 10 o'clock. And I'm not sure whoever else is going up tonight, but if so, me and the Cheeto, we will be around. Let's see. I'm not sure what programs you need for that. The big ones have the mocap stuff for their bodies and head. Yeah, yeah. So they're being sponsored or what have you. I don't even. I have to go look and see what a VTuber looks like. See, Steven's saying he's staying up till 11 o'clock Central. So he's gonna stay up till midnight. Okay, I'm gonna get Echo back in here. So you're gonna go on at 7 o'clock your time, right, Echo? Uh-oh, we're glitching. Echo, Echo, Echo.
Damn StreamYard.
Oh, so you're gonna go on at 10 o'clock, right?
Yep.
So that means you're gonna be going up in about 45 minutes. So we'll keep it going here for 45 minutes, and then we'll move the party over to Echo Zero's crib. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who else is going up live tonight in
I've
our
seen a
community.
lot of people. I think Max is the one that I have to watch the channel because YouTube doesn't always send me notifications about when he's live.
Wow. Yeah, a lot of times I don't get those either. I don't get a lot of those notices from people when they go live. I want to come over and see you, but I did not get a notice. So we're just talking about earlier, we are talking about top 20 movies. How I was amazed that I watched as much quality as I did. I'm gonna try to do that again next year.
I gave you a movie that had a really bad interview on it. Have you watched?
Which one?
Saying he's trying to keep the horror of the 70s, 80s, and 90s alive.
What I did ask. I'll ask again because I didn't get any answers. I didn't get any answers to this. Oh, look at me! Look at that running. I don't know how I pushed that. Maybe that's a sign of the times. Welcome to the Midnight Society with the professor, the cat, and once in a while the bat. See, I kept that. I'm not sure. That's too funny. I'm just like totally distracted by that. We were talking about top 20s. We're talking about bottom 10s. We're talking about now we're talking about VTubers. As far as that goes, it seems like a lot of horror channels within the community have hit a wall and stalled out. They cannot gain any traction. I've seen even bigger channels with massive amounts of people, and they're still stuck. They're still stuck at their levels. They're not moving anywhere either. We're talking channels, massive channels.
If I'm gonna have to do a video educating you guys on VTubers, just look up Iron Mouse, the most popular VTuber who's also a Latina. She's Hispanic, like me and Professor.
It says, "What's a V?" I thought a VTuber meant like a vlogger, like a vlogger. I didn't know what that meant. I mean, I guess someone who uses a virtual avatar when streaming. You know what? I want to talk to a real person. I don't think I want to talk to an avatar. I mean, I'll talk to a real person. So I guess that vlogger is not for me. Yeah, that's so goofy. Can I tell you how goofy that is? I don't know. Unless I got made into made into a cheetah head, I guess. If I did a cheetah head, or paladin's head, I guess that would work.
That would be a C tuber.
A cheetah tuber.
So I need to find that Transformer one of the cheetah Transformer one for you.
Let's see. Steven says he does talk to a lot of VTubers, but I know some people are part of the vampire community. I mean, Texas does have vampires. Hell yeah, they do. They're called Republicans. Okay.
I thought they were.
Yeah. Go, bringing in 24 with a roundhouse. Roadhouse.
I thought that would be the lawyers.
What's that saying? What do you call 10,000 lawyers at the bottom of the ocean?
What?
A good start. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. Yeah, no, because we're talking about the AI taking over YouTube. There are a lot of AI accounts here on the tube. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere.
The people making AI music videos of like, what would someone sound like?
They take content. They take copyright content. Now the latest thing is what they do is what they do now is like, before, let's say you cut a movie, right? You cut a movie, it's like an hour and 20 minutes. That's the movie, right? Well, what you do is you cut and you put two movies, you cut them back to back, and then you put them out and saying, then you cut them out as movies, or new movies, or what have you. YouTube knows that the one movie is an hour and 20 minutes long. That's what they're looking for. What they're not expecting is to see it when it's 3 hours long. They're going like, what movie is that? And it doesn't understand it. And so it doesn't get around and take it down. It allows it to stay up. So now you can go like, I'm watching this one person watching this AI channel. That's what they're doing with the old Dragnet series. They're cutting and pasting the show to where it's like 3 hours long, and it's not just a half an hour. And so they get away with running it without it being taken down. Let's see. I don't hold that against you, Cat Dad. Larry, hell no, you got cats. You're all good.
Meow.
Yeah. Well, Texas does have vampires. Not the bats, but actual humans. It's called the Vampire Court. Yeah, well, they got that down in Louisiana too. What was the game called? Man, there was a game called The Darkness Rising or Darkness Within. It was based on a game, and people were dressed up in costume, and they go down to New Orleans. I mean, they were full in costume. It was amazing.
Ooh, completely role playing.
Yes, they were role playing. It was amazing. I've seen goths do that.
I haven't talked to a goth.
Vampire the Masquerade. Those people there, they take that shit really seriously. I'm not sure if it's quite as popular. Huh?
Vampire the Masquerade.
Right. I'm not sure if it's quite as popular as it used to be, but I do know the people that were in it. I saw a documentary. They were in it. They stayed. They were like method actors. They stayed in character. Yeah, White Wolf Publishing. They had a really good documentary on that.
I
Actually,
still have I still have my book for
I think,
Vampire the Masquerade.
and I think that documentary actually came out on Bayview, which means I still have it somewhere. Yeah, LARP. Yeah, I know some people who LARP. Yep.
Oh God, I remember the first time I saw LARPers in person. I've told the story before. I was at this family reunion. They had the bathroom was in this building. They're all in the building playing the little elves and stuff, and playing music. And I walk in. I have elves and wizards and whatever else stopping and looking at me. And I just
Oh,
gotta stop and stand there like, hi, I'm gonna go use
the,
the
the best
bathroom.
the best movie ever about LARPers is Knights of Badassdom. That movie, so that that's the movie I got introduced to Joe Lynch on. That movie is absolutely king. That movie has me. Every time I watch that movie, I am just dying laughing. It is so fucking good. I love that movie. And Joe Lynch said that the producers messed with it and he says they didn't let me do what I really wanted to do with it. You know, which really frustrated him. But it's still a really classic movie. Summer Glau, yeah, Summer was awesome in that. She was really pretty. Yeah, she was really sassy in that. And Peter Dinklage, Sir Hung,
So what?
absolutely gorgeous. It's a hilarious movie.
So
Uh,
what?
huh? Sir
Was
Hung.
good
That's
lord.
right. That was his name is Sir Hung. You have to see it. It's so awesome. John Mack worked with Ryan Quinton. He was also in Dead Silence. Yes, Ryan Quinton is a really good actor. Um, Man, I reviewed was one he did was really bad. It was based on a Comic Con movie. Oh my god, that thing was awful. Oh, um, see, it's in Kill Chain. Yeah, that's right. Um, He's been in a lot of good movies. Man, I've actually he's actually someone who you know if he comes out with something I will go watch it. Let's see. I know he was in True Blood there for a while. I tell you the movies I remember him for though. Of course, Knights of Badassdom. That's what he's known for. He also is known for uh, uh, let's see, where is it? The Kill Chain. Yep, the Kill Chain. Supercon. Oh my god, that was fucking awful. Oh, that was hot. Let's see. He was also in Blunt Force Trauma. Um, where is the one? Oh, Flight 7500. That was a weird movie. That movie seemed to be edited really goofily. But the one movie I remember him in was a movie called Mystery Road. That's the movie I remember him from. Mystery Road is one of the best films I've ever seen. Mystery Road is the shit.
It's got a nice title.
Oh, thank you so much, Stephen. I will definitely ping them all back and tell them I will definitely ping them all back and say Happy New Year. Yeah, how did you like meeting John Mack, Echo?
John Mack. Was that one of the last ones me and Steven interviewed?
Yeah,
She had
yeah,
this.
I think
Oh, hello, the Grumpy Kitty. He is going on about Grumpy Kitty.
that was that might have been your last. I think that one. I think she was on after Gabby.
Yeah, it was the last one because we were supposed to do one Christmas weekend, but she canceled. She said they're
Right.
pretty cool. Finding someone else that likes Grumpy Kitty as much as I do was
Yeah.
awesome.
Let's see.
So far, by the way, my favorite interview this year, yeah, I could say Gabby, but it's Mark Polonia.
Oh, Mark. Yeah, Mark Polonia. That's a good one to have. That was a fun show. That was actually I was so happy for Steven that he finally got that. And I mean, I didn't realize that he was so freaking shy. I mean, he does not like to do a lot of press, and I was just really surprised by that.
Such a
Um,
an intelligent person with good views, and talking to him about working in the industry and stuff.
um, the one with John Mack was episode. Oh, he put John Marie on here. Why? Oh, he
Yeah,
passed.
that's why I got thrown off.
Yeah, John Marie is supposed to be John Marie is her first and middle name, and then it's supposed to be John Marie Mack.
Yeah, she's
And
actually she was pretty cool.
she,
She had that Christmas sweater on and stuff, and she's a cool one. But yeah, when you said John Mack, that did throw me off though, because he does have her down
she,
as a
she
different name.
she does so many fun movies. She does so many fun movies. I can't. I've watched so many of her movies, and like she always sparkles in them. And her part might not be the biggest, but sometimes she can bring it though. And she can
And
play and she can do drama. She was really good in Super Tanker.
yeah, I was
That
telling her she's part of the Sharknado universe. She didn't know that Lava Lantula is part of that universe.
See, that's amazing. See, yeah, I was when I saw that Steven had her on for you guys to talk to, I was really excited about it. I'm like, hell yeah. Um, who was your let me ask you, let me put you on the spot here. But what was your favorite eight questions with interview?
Favorite 8 questions with.
Uh-huh.
Oof.
Let's see how long it takes for him before he stutters out an answer.
You're gonna make me try to remember because you did Yuri.
Ooh, that's bad.
It's
That's
too many. Uh, you did Yuri. I missed the Yuri Bowl ones because I gotta go back and watch those ones. You guys did the Yuri Bowl. The
yeah,
guy
you
that worked on fuck that movie's title. I keep forgetting. It's about the robot with a skull head. He brought the head out.
Oh, right, right. That wasn't Dan Crawley. It was yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't
The
think it was.
one it was one you did where she was demonstrating makeup during it. That was pretty cool. She's
Oh
putting the
yeah,
wig
yeah, that
on.
was cool. That was really cool. Um,
And you got some musical. The musical ones were good too, because they would play the music.
I want to have her come back. I'm gonna have Mitch Lang come back. The guy who did the Bogman that where that the makeup person did her makeup on her hand. I'm sure she did the makeup for that movie, and they're making a second one. And Mitch told me about it, so he's gonna be coming on with one of the stars of the show in January. Um, let's see. Casey mentions what is eight questions with? I forgot. Casey is channeling his inner Jim right now. I see that. What is the spectacular? Um, let's see. Hey Sean, how are you, sir? How are you? Yeah, I wish people.
God damn, it came down to you, me, and somebody else for that one. I really thought I had a chance, but damn.
I asked. It's funny. Is I asked people. So, what was your favorite interview? And it's like nobody could come up with anything. And we're like, I didn't know. I said, are they all that good, or are they just all that forgettable? I'm
Well, I
like,
think the musical ones, because you get that little when you get them to play the music, that
yeah.
really is cool.
Well, we're doing another one. We're doing a once a month in conjunction with Bipolar Records. We're gonna be bringing a one band every month from Bipolar. They're gonna come out and play. So we got a band called Blind Adam that's gonna be coming out on the 25th of January.
That's gonna be
There is the
cool.
master of the macabre himself, Anthony from Fever Dreamland Theater. I think you know what? I think it's not so far to say that Anthony could be the new Rod Serling in my book.
Yeah, but in all seriousness though, when you get have the musical ones, and they get them to play the music. That is pretty cool.
It is cool. It is cool. I enjoy that. I love having musicians come on. It's a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. Uh, I tell you what, like I'm see, Steven mentions that his favorite ones are John Mack. Thank you, Courtney Gaines. That was a lot of fun. That's the first one I had Hobbs on. Augie Duke. Augie Duke will always. God, that's so memorable. Oh, she was so pregnant.
Oh, that
She
those
was
people
so
that do
pregnant. She was so pregnant. I have to tell you that was probably up there as far as the 10 most ones that were like holy shit. That was like between meeting somebody or just holding your breath. Augie Duke is right there. She was so pregnant. I was sitting there going like, now, if you feel anything, if you got to go, you just go. You don't need to say anything. Just go. Are you sure you're okay? Are you sure you're okay? She
yeah.
was so pregnant. Oh my gosh.
How many months
Um,
at the time?
yeah, Yui Bowl was definitely this year, and along with Richard Stanley, definitely. I'm gonna be having a lot of people come on back. That's for sure. Max Wassa was a great interview as well. Ashley Reeves, Cammy, definitely loved talking to Cammy Rain. Um, yes, Mighty Casey. Mighty Casey was a good interview, for sure. And Donna Hamlin. I tell you the one we both did last year that I really really enjoyed was the one we each got to do with Jessica Cameron.
Just-
Jessica Cameron was and we also got to talk to Jennifer Nagel, House of Horse and Eight Questions with. Um, I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe how fast Steven got Jennifer Nagel. Said, yeah, I got Jennifer Nagel coming on. I took me 2 years to get that lady to come onto the show to interview her. 2 years. He just walked in there and owned it like a G.
He's going to
Uh,
get some good ones. I mean, there's ones
just
I would
man,
definitely.
man,
I want to interview Lloyd Kaufman.
you know what? I don't see why you couldn't. I really don't. I don't see why you couldn't. I enjoy talking to the horror host we just had, Dr. Ivan Cryptosis.
Yeah, that was cool. I didn't expect him to sound like that. Oh,
Dude, he
Sonny,
was,
the voice. Hello,
he was
however that voice was, that accent. Like what?
now
What?
now the thing what was really interesting about that was he did that show in character for the entire show and he had a kidney stone.
Holy moly!
Yep. Yep. He had a kidney stone. I thought talking to Karen Cleese again after she did Thanksgiving. That was a lot of fun. Man, I'm just we got to talk to all the filmmakers in Iowa. Man, who knew? Like I said, I mean Iowa just was on fire. Michael James Bernard, Rob Merritt. I mean Jojo Monkey. Just just fantastic people. Um, Karen Lamb, I enjoyed really talking to her as well. A lot of creators. Oh, I tell you the one that really I had a lot of fun talking to too was I got to talk to Dana Elcar, who directed Brightwood, which is my favorite movie of the year. So I got to interview him, and I got to interview the actor in the movie, Max Wallendijk. So I got to interview two of the three principals for Brightwood, which I thought was a real honor. Um, we brought back Daniel Hill. That was really good. Daniel Hill is definitely one of the most intelligent, intellectual guests I've ever had. I learned so much from him every time we talked. Um, we had the lovely Danny Thompson from UK Screen Queen come in and talk to us, and our own Ricky from Old AF Reviewers. He actually did a movie with Danny Thompson. She plays his wife. that was that was a surreal moment when he told me that.
Yeah, Ricky's been working, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's trying to do what Steven's doing. He's trying to get into the business.
Because he's been quiet, and I've seen some posts about some stuff he was working on.
I think two other interviews that we were really happy to get this year, I thought were really good, were Marshall Teague and Julie Michaels from Roadhouse. I thought those two were fantastic to talk to. Um, we also had Lady Valerie come on, the creator of Lady Valerie, the spicy general herself, came on in and hung out with us. Garo Satyan and his wife Anahit from Space Wars. Super, super sweet couple. Super sweet couple. Really enjoy talking to them. And of course, we had the Friendly Men come aboard a couple of times. We had the Friendly Men, and then we had an interview with Jonas. So we had a really fun year this year.
The Friendly Men have so much energy. It's incredible.
Oh gosh, James, yes. It makes you wonder what would it be like if he was actually stateside. I think if he was stateside, I think he'd be on completely on fire. He would be definitely on fire. He'd be getting all sorts of crazy gas. But because of his, being a turkey and whatnot, but I'm willing to work with him on anything. He wants to collaborate. I'm all about that. So, um, it's and we talk quite a bit about that. And Jerry Montano, um, as far as that goes, as far as collaboration goes, Stephen Chang, of course, is in the chat right there. He also brought us a ton of guests this year, and I think a couple of, if I'm not mistaken, I think he brought a couple of guests your way as well.
I
Um,
think so.
I did not talk to Father Evil yet. I have not seen Father Evil. Um, the professor says that Loy seems to be open to interviews, so you might be able to get him to promote the Toxic Avenger remake. I, yeah, I'd like to. I'm gonna have to go after that again. Victoria Bell. I would like to interview very much. I'd like to interview Victoria. Hey, happy New Year's to you, Nate. How are you? Okay, we got 20 minutes. We got 20 minutes left before we pass on the mic to the mighty Echo Zero. He will be taking us on to the next. I don't know who else
But
is doing it besides us.
I know. Okay, I've seen a few people here and there. I know that when I talked to Max, he said about doing something, and I think I saw a few others who said they were doing something. But
That's right. You got Elizabeth Chamberlain coming too on the 7th. I guess I could bring out the calendar while I got a chance because I'm
the
working on
Calendar of Doom.
Calendar of Doom. New Calendar of Doom. Okay. So this Thursday, we'll be welcoming back film director Spider Dabrowski. He was a screenwriter, and then he's making his film debut, feature film debut as a director. He's doing a movie called Down Below that's featuring Eric Roberts, Doug Jones, Bai Ling, and Alexis Knapp. And he will be here on Thursday. He says that he might bring Alexis Knapp, but I'm not holding my breath on that. I think she's pretty busy. If she does, that'll be amazing. But I know that she was supposed to appear with him in another interview, and it didn't happen. So I'm not really. If it happens, it happens. If not, as long as we got Spider, I'm good. And then next Friday, the 5th, we welcome in Peter Castro from Bayview Entertainment. Will be here with us. He does all the press he does a lot of press for Bayview, and we'll talk to him about how he does that and where he does it at. I'd like to know who he services and how's the world of promoting movies these days. How has it changed now in the streaming now that the streaming generation.
And
Uh,
places no longer selling movies.
On the 7th, we have Elizabeth Chamberlain at 3 p.m. She is scheduled to be here at 3 p.m. on Sunday. And she also, not only is she also an actress, but she also is a singer, and we asked her to come in here and do a song or two for us. So
Ooh.
hopefully it'll be at 3 p.m. Here, and then at 8 p.m. we'll be back for the IFC Midnights. Mary Wilson will be hosting the show on my channel, and we will be watching Our House. On Tuesday the 9th, we have actress Taylor Fraley will be with us. On the 10th, we have actress Grace Juliana will be with us. That'll be good. That's a young lady that Steven introduced me to. On the 11th, we have Dell on Movies. He'll be here with us, a creator, a fellow film community member. He'll be with us on January 11th. And then on the 12th, again, I'll be joined by Al Lucard, a.k.a. The Bat.
The legendary Bat.
All right, the legendary Bat. As he'll be joining me as we interview Cinephobia releasing owner Ray Murray will be here with us on the 12th. And let me tell you, that's just awesome. But our month is still going on. On the 16th, we have actress Susan Gallagher will be with us. She has appeared on a lot of variety shows, a lot of movies too. I actually saw two of her movies. One called Strange Weather that she did with Holly Hunter, and she also did a movie called The Christmas Contract that she did with Haley Burton for Lifetime. And I own that movie. Actually, I own both those movies. So Susan Gallagher will be with us on the 16th. She is also known as Homeless Lynn on the Cobra Kai. So she will be here with us. We'll talk about the end of Cobra Kai and what she's gonna be doing for 2024. On the 17th, we see the return of director and actor Joe Cornette. We interviewed Joe with Alexander Nevsky for Care on the Night of the Caregiver. But me and Joe, we're going to come back and talk about Joe's career, and we're going to talk about Western movies because we both love Westerns. So we'll be talking Western movies a lot on the 17th. On the 23rd, we have Brendan Murphy will be with us. And on the 24th at 3 p.m., we have actress Mia Katz will be with us. I don't think any relation to Sadie, but she'll be with us for a matinee show on the 3 p.m. on the 24th. And then on the 25th, we have Blind Adam, the band Blind Adam will be here with us. And then on the 30th, we have Lobot Asadi, actress Lobot Lasadi, and a PhD. So I don't know if I'm going to be calling her Lobot or I'm going to call her Dr. Asadi. I don't know. I have to figure that one out. And then the last show of the month, on the 31st, we have Benjamin Gross and film director Mitch Lang will be with us to talk to us about Bogman 2, which is being filmed right now in Louisiana. So I think for January, I think I'm pretty stacked up. I think we have some entertaining guests to come on, for sure. Let's see. Joe and Jason are going up at 10. Jason the nice one was live, but not sure if he's still okay. Wow. Let's see. We need to set up a grotesque watch party with Elizabeth and Pat. Yeah, I gotta be able to do that. I'm probably gonna set something up with Elise, Steven, because I wanted to do that. I wanted to do a watch party with her. So I will be reaching out to her and see if she'll do that with us. That would be fun. I like to do one of her films. I've never done a watch party with a star of a film before, so that'll be different.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
No, I've never done that before. I know that some other channels they've done that before, but I have not asked anybody to do that. But it would be entertaining. I would love to watch the one I would love to watch. I would love to watch Jason Goes to Hell with Adam Marcus. That would be amazing. That would be or Secret Santa with Adam and Deborah. Yeah, Stephen. Ask her if she'd be down for doing something that in January. If she wants to do something, we could do it in the afternoon. I would be down for that. That would be a lot of fun. All right. I tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one. I'm gonna let Echo get some time to rest up his voice a little bit, get some liquid refreshment going. Um, thank you guys for hanging out with us. We're gonna pass the mic on to Echo. Echo's gonna go up. So follow him over there, Echo Zero. He's of course is on every Saturday night from 8 to 10, along with Stephen Flug, our good friend Stephen from the House of Horrors. They're on at 8 o'clock every Saturday night, 8 to 10. Thank you guys all for coming out and hanging out with us. I appreciate it. Happy New Year to you guys all. I will see you over on the Echo side. Who knows? Maybe Bones, the boutique Bala, will be up and around. And if not, well, we'll see everybody around. All right. Thanks so much for watching, and take care and be safe. Peace. All right, Echo. I'm going to end it and pass it over to you, buddy. Are you ready? Echo? I think he's already gone. He is gone.